Welcome back to the channel. We're thrilled to have you here with us today. Today we're diving into some of the most unbelievable moments on the road. Buckle up because what you're about to see will leave you in awe. We're talking about those drivers who make you question everything you thought you knew about driving, the kind of drivers who seem to defy all logic and common sense. You know the ones who leave you speechless, shaking your head and wondering how they even got their licenses in the first place. It's almost as if they're living in their own world, completely oblivious to the rules of the road. From embarrassing mishaps to downright dangerous stunts, these drivers will leave you shaking your head. Whether it's a simple parking fail or a high-speed chase gone wrong, there's no shortage of jaw-dropping moments. We've scoured the internet, from dashcams to security footage, to bring you a compilation of the wildest, most unbelievable driving fails ever caught on camera. Each clip is more shocking than the last, showcasing the sheer unpredictability of the road. Get ready to cringe, laugh, and maybe even yell at your screen a little, because these drivers are about to take you on a wild ride. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the chaos that is about to unfold. All right, you guys know I love a good challenge, but today we're diving into something that's less of a challenge and more of a comedy of errors. But some things just aren't meant to be, and parking is one of those things that can go hilariously wrong. Take, for instance, trying to fit this monster truck into a parking space designed for a smart car. It's like trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. I mean, come on, this driver is either incredibly optimistic or completely delusional. You have to wonder what was going through their mind. Watch as he pulls up, truck dwarfing every other car in the lot. It's like a giant among mere mortals. He sizes up the spot, takes a deep breath, and oh no, you can almost see the gears turning in his head, thinking, I can do this. He's actually going for it. You can practically hear the metal screeching as he tries to wedge that behemoth into a space it has no business being in. It's like watching a slow-motion car crash. This is painful to watch. I'm getting second-hand embarrassment just thinking about the other drivers stuck behind him, watching this whole fiasco unfold. You can see the frustration on their faces. And the worst part, after all that effort, he's still sticking out like a sore thumb. It's like he didn't even try to fix it. I don't know about you guys, but I think it's time to call a tow truck. Or maybe a therapist, because this driver is going to need some serious help after this parking disaster. Okay folks, buckle up for this one. We've got a driver here who seems to think traffic signals are just friendly suggestions. I mean, we've all been tempted to roll through a stop sign when no one's around, but this is next level. This intersection is already a nightmare even when people follow the rules, but throw in a driver who thinks red lights don't apply to them and you've got a recipe for disaster. Look at the cars slamming on their brakes, horns blaring as this maniac just barrels through the intersection. It's a miracle no one got hurt. Seriously, this is why we need to invest in self-driving cars, people. This is just pure chaos. You know, they say life is about taking risks, but what happens when those risks push the boundaries of sanity? I'm pretty sure this isn't what they had in mind when they talked about living on the edge. This driver's about to attempt an overtake that's so risky it's practically suicidal. Imagine the nerve it takes to even consider such a move. We're talking about a narrow, winding road, barely wide enough for two cars to pass each other safely. The margin for error is almost non-existent. But does that stop our fearless driver? Nope. They seem to have a death wish, or maybe they just trust their skills a bit too much. They see a tiny gap in the oncoming traffic and decide to floor it. It's a split-second decision that could have life-altering consequences. My heart is racing just watching this. The tension is palpable, and you can almost feel the adrenaline coursing through your veins. The sound of those horns blaring. The screech of tires as they swerve back into their lane just in time. It's a symphony of chaos and danger. It's enough to give you a heart attack. The sheer audacity and recklessness on display are mind-boggling. Seriously, someone needs to revoke this person's license before they cause a major accident. It's not just their life at risk, but everyone else on the road too. Chapter 4. Highway to the wrong way. Okay, I've seen some dumb things in my time, but this one takes the cake. We've got a driver here who's managed to do the impossible reversing on a highway. I'm not even sure how this is physically possible. Did they miss their exit? Did they suddenly realize they left the stove on back home? Whatever the reason, there's no excuse for this level of stupidity. This is a highway, not a parking lot. Look at the cars swerving to avoid them, horns blaring in frustration. It's a miracle this didn't end in a massive pile-up. Someone needs to get this driver a GPS, and maybe a crash course in common sense while they're at it. Chapter 5, Phones down, eyes on the road. We all know distracted driving is a serious problem, but this is just ridiculous. This driver is so glued to their phone, they don't even realize they're about to cause a major accident. I mean, come on, it's like they think the world just pauses when they pick up their phone. They're swerving all over the road, completely oblivious to the chaos they're causing around them. Look at the cars slamming on their brakes, the near misses, the look of sheer terror on the faces of the other drivers. This is why we can't have nice things, people. Put your phones down when you're behind the wheel. Chapter 6. Wrong way down a one-way street. You know that feeling when you're walking down the street and someone's walking towards you on the wrong side of the sidewalk? Yeah, that's basically what's happening here, except with cars. This driver has somehow managed to miss every single do not enter sign and is now cruising down a one-way street like they own the place. The look on the faces of the oncoming drivers is priceless. They're probably thinking, am I being punked? Is this a hidden camera show? But nope, this is just another day on the road with the world's dumbest drivers. Chapter 7. Street racing, not in my backyard. Okay, I get it, fast cars are cool, but turning a busy street into your personal stunt show is not cool. It's dangerous, reckless, and incredibly stupid. This driver's got a need for speed, and they're not afraid to put everyone around them at risk to satisfy it. They're weaving in and out of traffic, running red lights, and generally acting like they're in a Fast and Furious movie. Except this isn't a movie, and there are no stunt doubles or CGI to save the day if something goes wrong. Someone needs to call Vin Diesel and tell him to come collect his reckless driver before they hurt someone. Chapter 8. Sleeping Beauty. Behind the wheel. Drowsy driving is no joke, people. It's just as dangerous as drunk driving, and this driver is about to learn that lesson the hard way. They're nodding off at the wheel, their car drifting dangerously close to the edge of the road. You can practically hear the theme from Jaws playing in the background as they narrowly miss a head-on collision with an oncoming truck. This is what happens when you push yourself too hard and don't prioritize getting enough sleep. Someone get this driver a cup of coffee and maybe a hotel room for the night. Chapter 9. Unsecured load equals sign recipe for disaster. Remember that game Jenga? You know, the one where you carefully remove blocks from a tower until it all comes crashing down? Yeah, that's basically what's happening here, except with a moving vehicle. This driver clearly skipped the chapter on properly securing your load because their cargo is about to take a tumble. You can see the straps straining, the boxes teetering precariously, and then BAM! It all comes loose, spilling out onto the road like a scene from a disaster movie. This is why we can't have nice things, people. Secure your loads! Chapter 10. Slow down. This isn't the Autobahn. Residential areas where kids play, families walk their dogs, and drivers apparently mistake it for a racetrack. This driver's got a lead foot and a complete disregard for the safety of everyone around them. They're flying through the quiet streets, ignoring speed limits and turning a peaceful neighborhood into a scene from the Fast and the Furious. Look at the parents scrambling to grab their kids out of the way, the terrified looks on the faces of the elderly couple out for their evening stroll. This is why we can't have nice things, people. Slow down. Outroad, stay safe out there. Thanks for watching. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more crazy moments on the road. We've got tons of unbelievable driving fails lined up for you, so hit that notification bell so you don't miss out. But in all seriousness, folks, let's all agree to be better drivers out there. The road is a dangerous place, and it's up to each and every one of us to do our part to keep it safe. Stay safe out there, and remember, always drive responsibly.